Fixing accidental stereo. Last time we looked at how a single-track mono file could accidentally end up exported as stereo. We'll look at how to fix that in this edition of Stuart's Audacity Tips. This two-part tip is a great example of why it's best to subscribe to SAT. If you're on the mailing list, you can read back in the archives. So if you've shared this with someone else, first, thank you. Second, encourage them to subscribe at stuartgoffe.com/get-SAT so they won't miss all that back issue treasure. Our current situation is that we have a stereo wave file that was accidentally created because the pan control on a mono file was set to something other than 0. So Audacity did what it thought we wanted and saved the file as stereo with one channel louder than the other. It looks like this. So now how do we get that back to mono so we can continue working? Audacity provides a couple of ways to convert a stereo track to mono, but it's important to understand the difference and which one to use. On the track menu, there are two options: split stereo track and split stereo to mono. To use either one, just select it from the menu. They're only enabled on stereo tracks. They work very similarly, but attention to detail is critical here. The first one, split stereo track, splits the stereo track into two mono tracks with one track panned full left and the other track panned full right. The second option, split stereo to mono, splits the stereo track into two mono tracks with both tracks panned to center, or 0. The second option is preferable for our purpose. It prevents the need to correct panning before exporting the file. So, once we've split the stereo track, we need to do something about the extra mono track. What's to be done? The algorithm Audacity uses to save a panned mono file to stereo leaves the louder track almost untouched compared to the original mono recording. So the best course of action is to simply delete the mono track with the smaller waveform, click the X button in the upper left corner of the track header, and then re-export to wave. If you were to compare the RMS of the original mono track to the RMS of the resulting split mono track, you'd notice the split track might be smaller by a couple of hundredths of a dB, but that's it. Not worth losing any sleep over. Back to your regularly scheduled workflow. Hope this helps. I'm Stuart.